Okay, so this is my setup. I'm using the new Ugly Stick for this year, 2025. Um, I was deciding which pole I should get for this tiny reel. This is a size 300 in the Accurate, or the Valiant Accurate. And this is the older reel. I've had it serviced a few times. I bought it used, and I think I paid like $2.99 for it used. Normal price MSRP is like $4.99, so $200 less. But I ended up spending the $200 on the repairs, sending it in to get it back to working order. So yeah, this is my first high-end reel. I think it kind of looks a little bit small for this pole setup. I mean, it's kind of hard to see the size of it. Um, this large pole makes it look really tiny in comparison, but it's super lightweight. It's only like 9 ounces, and so that's one of the reasons why I bought it, because it's an ultralight reel, and it's also very heavy, like very strong, very heavy duty, and so I could do a lot with this reel. I ended up getting this just kind of I wouldn't call it a cheap pole, but it's a very economically priced pole, Ugly Stick. This one is the BIGWATER series. This pole doesn't say anything about Shakespeare on it, although it also doesn't say anything about Shakespeare on the right here anywhere, at least. But I think let's see. I think it says it somewhere around here. Oh, not even here. Even Pure Fishing Inc. They probably sold. Someone else probably bought out this company, this brand, Ugly Stick. So yeah, this is a very economically priced pole. It was $89, and for the quality you get and for the warranty you get, and it's a really good deal for 7-year warranty. So this new 2025 model, I did notice some differences. They're always kind of improving on their design, upgrading them, and through from year to year. The next generation is always supposed to be a little bit better. However, for this one, especially in this specific power, so this is the medium heavy, medium heavy 7-foot pole, 30 to 50 pound line, but then 50 to 100 pound braid. So yeah, this is this reel is rated at 30-pound braid. So that's a bit, this pole is a bit overpowering for this reel, but it still is compatible. And So yeah, I chose this larger reel because of the size. I could use a larger sinker, and in general, for what I'm going to be using, this 2-ounce sinker is like what I would generally use. But for 6 ounces, I could go even, I could go pretty deep with 6 ounces, probably 150 feet, 200 feet maybe. And so yeah, I wanted something that I could go a little bit deeper with, but still kind of use it overall, across different situations, like shore, maybe the jetty, maybe pier fishing, which is free. You don't need a fishing license, but also like the half day boat. So yeah, I wanted to kind of all around pole, and it was either this medium heavy or a medium. And I just kind of, the medium was, I think, 1 to 3 ounce size lower, and 3 ounce of weight is not that much. I mean, so yeah. But it probably, is more appropriately suited for, this reel, this smaller, tiny reel. But yeah, so like I was saying, this brand, they're always making new updates to their design. And for this year, I'm not sure what to think about, whether or not if it was an improvement or kind of a downgrade. Maybe, it could have been a downgrade. So I don't know if I can get a good picture of this. So these guides right here, comparatively to the last year model, they were all PVD coated. I think, what is it called? Phosphate vapor deposition, which is a very state-of-the-art corrosion resistant coating. and it embeds itself into the metal, and so it becomes part of like the molecular bond of the metal. So the differences between this year and the previous year fishing pole is that only the tip appears to be coated with the PVD coating. No longer do the rest of the guides have that coating. And I'm not sure exactly why it looks like it's a downgrade from the previous model. But overall, looking at the different characteristics of the fishing pole, there did seem to be an improvement in like what is it called, quality control. Uh, it just looks like it's built a little bit more neater, which and also too, outside of just focusing on the guides, the pole material, there might have been, I'm not sure exactly, but there might have been an improvement in the pole manufacturing, the composite fiber within the pole. So, but yeah, these are just stainless steel. They appear to be maybe having some kind of plating on them. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But yeah, the previous model, 2024 model, had all of the guides were coated with this state-of-the-art PVD coating. Now, maybe some of the reasoning why I think they might have stopped that. It could be I'm not really sure actually, but I was thinking, well, so this type of line guides, they're one-piece design. They don't have like any kind of insert in here. It's just a single one-piece metal. If you look from the rear, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. If you look from the rear, you see it's just like a solid, continuous piece of metal, and then the way that they kind of stamped out the eyelet, it's just that one piece of metal is folded over to the other side. So it's all like one continuous piece, and it doesn't have like an insert that can pop out like other poles can pop out after a while. They just pop out. And so yeah, this eliminates that pop out situation. And so yeah, these are stainless steel apparently, downgrade from the PVD coating. And PVD coating is used across many different things, especially for firearms. They tend to be used for rims, vehicle rims. You can have specialized rims that are PVD coated. And so yeah, that's a state-of-the-art coating. It requires a highly sophisticated manufacturing process to apply the coating on there. And so yeah, it's under pressure. It basically is bonded to the actual, on a molecular level, to the metal. So it's not something that can lose its capacity for corrosion resistance. So yeah, this appears to be a downgrade, just being plain stainless steel. So yeah, back on why maybe potentially they stopped doing the PVD coating. It could be that so when they have the coating, when they're applying the coating on there's certain areas of this line guide that might not get a uniform coat. And so there might be some areas of vulnerability, especially in the crease of this eyelet. And so that might be a cause for having corrosion buildup on the very inside of the crease. And maybe that was part of their reasoning for stopping that, for not coating every single line guide with PVD coating. Also too, it's a very expensive process. So, maybe they, instead of focusing on the real line guides, maybe they focused more of their economic, price point, focusing on the material and maybe the quality of the actual pole, the blank. And so yeah, I'm not sure what to think. They still do have the previous year, 2024 poles available. If like you go into like Walmart, you might find one or a few where it has all the line guides coated with PVD coating. And so yeah, this is a shiny stainless steel, and the PVD coating is more of like a matte finish. And so, like, maybe one of the reasons why I thought they might have transitioned away from it could be a friction related issue, line friction on the line guides. And so maybe this coating has a less friction coefficient compared to this. And so maybe the overall, the, uh, yeah, when you're using the pole, it's slicker, it's smoother, it's easier to reel up, especially if like maybe you're in a situation where you're fishing all day. That might make a difference. And so yeah, these poles are made to last a really long time. That's kind of the whole entire price point for this brand Ugly Stik. And Big Water just signifies that it's more kind of geared towards salt, but it doesn't have to be salt specifically. It could be like, large lakes where you have really large fish. So yeah, I was actually thinking about getting the newer version of this reel. They have the Valiant 2 that came out, and these are very expensive. I can't really afford it now. I just wanted to spend, $80 to get a pole to match this reel. Since I bought this reel, I haven't really had a pole that is sufficiently matching this reel. And so yeah, I've had this reel for like 5 years now, and so like this is the first time I get a pole for it. So yeah, my main goal with this is I want to take it out my first fishing trip. I want to go on a half day boat and just have something that is nice and robust that I don't have to. It makes it easy for me to bring up maybe a rock cod from 150 feet, 200 feet deep. And so yeah, I want to target those type of fish. And so yeah, a pole like this would most definitely make that easier. I had this on just my regular small little kind of pole. It doesn't have anywhere near this rating of like what is it, 2 to 6 ounce weight. The pole I was using it like had a max weight rating of like 1 ounce. And so that was really like the wrong setup for this reel. And so I couldn't really, get down deep anywhere with a 1 ounce weight. It's like probably limited to like 25 feet deep, 30 feet deep, maybe 50 feet deep pushing it. But yeah, this new Valiant, this new Valiant 2 that they have available, there's some significant improvements to it. So I have this 300 size. I was thinking getting a 400 size would be something that I might want, especially for like having a larger, like a surf fishing pole setup. And also to the 400 size, I could use it on this pole, and so especially because I could get the 2-speed, and so that would really make make it easy to lift up, to reel up fish from deep. I'm not sure, like maybe the 400 size would fit the heavy more appropriately, because like my goal is if I want to like go 500 feet deep, like that's the target range. The recommended weight size is up to like 12 ounces. And so yeah, I'm just not going to be able to get to the bottom of, I'm not going to be able to reach 150 feet deep with this pole with only a 6 ounce weight on it. And so, yeah, I've been just kind of trying to experiment or researching to see what setup fits what best. So yeah, I have some line on here. This is really cheap, really inexpensive, a good deal on Amazon, but it's gray. This is the Daiwa Grand, like 8 strand. It was like $20 for it. This is 30-pound test I have on here. This is a 270 yards of it. And so yeah, I think this reel takes 300 yards of 30-pound braided. So yeah, the new version 2 Valiant 2s, they're better at casting, and I think they just have like a more of a rounded body, and they have a few more safety features on it. And so yeah, this one doesn't have any clicker, it doesn't have any like 2-speed. This one is actually the lightest version of this reel that you could get. It's only like 9 ounces. It's very, very lightweight for what it does, and for what it is. So yeah, I like this setup. It looks pretty good. The pole's nice and straight. I saw some other ones that had a lower line rating, much less, like I think it was like up to 20 pounds. And I could see that the pole is much thinner, and towards the tip, it was a little bit leaning towards, it was kind of veering off to to one corner versus another one. Just like, being in Walmart stood up against other fishing poles, it just kind of like, it deforms it, I guess, a little bit after a while. So yeah, something a little bit more robust like this. Um, so yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say about this. I like this fishing pole. It looks very well built. The line guides look excellent. I haven't had any kind of new pole for many years. This is my new pole. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to using it. This Big Water series, Ugly Stik Big Water series for 2025. Stainless steel line guides with the tip being PVD coated. Um, so yeah, yeah, maybe it looks like maybe this is just has a smoother a smoother finish compared to this. This does feel a little bit more. It's not as slick as this is. So yeah, that's a big difference actually. As well as a noticeable difference. So yeah, and also too, the tip right here is where it's going to get the most salt water exposure from the line, just knocking it off at the tip. And so I imagine they wanted to keep the PVD tip for extra corrosion resistance. So yeah, that kind of information, like the PVD coating, it's not readily available. It's kind of something you have to kind of search out, I guess, hunt for that kind of information. Also, too, with these poles, especially on their webpage, on their website, they don't really specifically give the specs. They don't state the specs on their on their own website. They don't put the full specs. They only put like 7 foot, medium heavy, 30 to 50 pounds. They don't put 50 to 100 pound braid. They don't put the lure weight rating on there. And so yeah, they kind of other websites though, they do have it, especially a fishing focused website. It'll have that information there. And so that's better. Oh yeah, I was thinking these reels, you could get them custom colored. I think it's like $100 for that extra service. And so yeah, I was thinking, hey, I could do this color scheme to match these really cheap of $80 fishing poles, matched to a $600, $650, $700 reel. I mean, these fishing poles are, they're, if it breaks, no big deal, replace it, versus like you have a $350 fishing pole, it breaks or the line guides come off, or, something's wrong with it. That's a way different investment. So yeah, I like this idea of like, it doesn't really matter so much. You could abuse it a little bit. You don't have to worry so much about the damage because you could replace it. I mean, for me, in my budget, replacing $80 is way more. It's not going to take a bite out of me like $300 replacement. So yeah, oh yeah, another thing, they don't really. I mean, they do show it on their webpage. This right here comes off, and so you could wear a belt with this if you want. I was thinking maybe this might come off a little bit too easy. Maybe I could put some kind of, maybe some like electrical tape or something like that on there, or something. Maybe, maybe a little bead of like maybe hot glue on just a little dab of it, and then kind of, push it up just to kind of something just so it kind of retains this, so this doesn't accidentally fall off. It's kind of, actually it does have a bit of a retention to it. So yeah, it shouldn't be a problem actually. It feels pretty good. Actually, maybe all it would take is just to block this hole. There's a hole right here. Just put a little tape on there, and it would probably, you know, add a little bit of suction power to it. So like that's with the whole, I don't know if I could do that. Yeah, it makes it way harder. The suction, if there's suction on that hole, it can't even take it off. So maybe just even a little tiny bit of electrical tape on the hole will like prevent it from slipping off. So yeah, fishing season is starting, and I like this brand. 7-year warranty, made in China. So buy your China stuff before you can't buy it so much. This brand is super affordable. It's you know, it's been around for 50 years, and they're always focused on improving their design, and you know, basically making a fishing pole that'll last you a really long time without having to worry about any kind of damage or, you know, little things getting damaged. They make a very robust pole. So yeah, if you want, maybe there's a sticker right here. You could probably remove it if you really wanted to. I think this also too has a bit of a sticker there that can be removed if you really want to. Is that, yeah, I guess all this kind of has a sticker. No, I don't know.